Why is the gap important, RJ?
The gap in between when the incident supposedly happened and
A report.
it indicates or insinuates the severity of the situation and also the likelihood of the thing actually happening.
The judge, as RJ already said it's crazy, you guys, what you guys are doing, Marriott. I've never seen this in my life. You will have to give us or give Michael's lawyer access or at least a copy of the original video, or give him the opportunity to copy it for himself by 5 o'clock on a Friday. They didn't have a lot of choice.
Well,
Well,
Marriott didn't have a lot of choice before that, but still refused to comply.
well, after being berated, get their hash mashed in almost in court by the judge. They had to really not a lot of room anymore to play with semantics. And well, Michael's lawyer got his copy. But of course, Marriott being Marriott during this whole case, we did a show, the previous show, we talked about them basically destroying their own brand. And we had a couple of people sharing their uh, their opinion on that, because it seems that we're not the only one who's seeing what is happening to to um, to Marriott. Other people are also seeing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And let me share my screen real quick. We had a couple of people commenting on this. Rolandi Morgan, or Roland Morgan, I don't know, says that I'm also done with the hotel because of Michael not being treated fairly. Chrissy said I won't be booking with them again. And these are just two people responding. I think there's not. RJ, do you think there's more people also having the same thought?
Of course, a lot of people feel the same way. But the thing is, as well, we can all speculate. And because this is a sensitive subject, we we often see that the people are hesitant to come forward or to express themselves in a determining way. So it's all speculation. We are also speculating, but our conclusion. So we're not. So it's for the. So time will tell what the truth is or not. But from everything we've seen during the past couple of weeks, from the moment the incident took place to how Michael Irvin reacted to Marriott's reaction, it's clear, and we talked about it as well, for the public especially, or at least the public is convinced that Michael is innocent. And that's what's perhaps more important to, as important, if not more important, than whether he is criminally innocent or guilty. Because Michael Irvin is a public persona. He is well known. He has a reputation. And if the public finds him guilty, he might that might ruin his chances in the current field where he's in, which is sports media, because they don't, so no company wants to have one of its ambassadors be someone that is tainted, or at least so much tainted that people will be repulsed and not tune into shows. So it's good for him, for Michael, that a lot of people, the public, the court of public opinion, is siding with him.
Well, the public is siding, but Marriott is doubling down. Because right after, a day after that copy was handed, some way, somehow, this was leaked. Michael Irvin asked employee if she knew about inside of Marriott claims as it releases details of the unwanted sexual advances. Maybe I do all that and then I screw up after. Such a shame. Good thing we are at minute 23 right now.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of the live
so
show.
of the
Go ahead.
of the show, yes, yes, yes. So basically, it's clear that Marriott it's not backing down, even after the last press conference where basically the lawyer described the situation of 4 touches, no crazy stuff happening, that person walking away without any problems or happy. So it seems Marriott is like, no, you said this. Well, guys, I'm gonna take a look at the press conference now to see whether what it really happened and what was discussed during that press conference. Archie, anything you want to say before I share?
No, we can go to the videos.
Okay, let's start right away.
There you go. Michael and the complaining employee began talking on February 5th, 2023. The conversations you see last a minute and 49 seconds. The whole video you're going to see last 5 minutes. The complaining employee makes a handwritten statement late afternoon on 2/6/23. We think that's relevant because there's a big gap between the events you're going to see and when she actually first files something that says she was offended.
Why is the gap important, RJ?
The gap in between when the incident supposedly happened and
A report.
it it it's not necessarily the case. So it's what I'm okay. So it indicates or insinuates the severity of the situation, and also the likelihood of the thing actually happening. So the longer you wait, the less likely less likely the complaint will be, or at least the less serious people will take the complaint. You can imagine if you're in a domestic and if you're in a relationship where there is domestic abuse and the person hit you, for example, 2 years ago, and you go 2 years later to file a complaint, and you take the pictures and all these things, technically speaking, so I don't know, you have to take into account
Statue?
the what did you say?
Statue? Statue of
Yeah,
lim-
yeah, statute of limitation. You need to take that into account. But if it's possible, where they still will, the cops can still say, yeah, well, technically speaking, you're still within the time frame to make the complaint, but you didn't do so 2 years ago. Why would you want to do it now? What's your interest in doing so? And so in that sense, that the if in that sense it matters, because if the action, like Michael Irvin, for example, he immediately sued for $100 million.
Mm, that is true.
So that made people believe, yo, hey, this person is no, a person that's innocent or guilty won't start a case within, start a case so
48
fast.
hours or something like that. It was amazingly fast.
But that doesn't mean, so this is what I want to make clear. That doesn't necessarily mean that the speed doesn't necessarily mean that it happened or didn't happen. It's just an indication.
Mm.
And it also
It's part of
contributes
a
to how,
bigger plan.
yeah, but it provides the context,
Mm.
and it gives people an idea of, or and a it gives people a idea of the likelihood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Just like
continue.
just to finish this thought, just like when people come 20 years, 30 years later and say someone did something to me 30 years ago, people will be like, come on. You know,